Hi everyone, my name is Cristina Giai-Coletti. I am a healer, a teacher, and most importantly, a guardian of spirituality. I have worked as a clinical psychologist for 22 years across 3 countries, and I am just like you and anyone else who's watching this video. I've had life experiences starting at birth that caused me pain, and I've spent my entire adult life working on myself to heal, grow, and learn, and to shift my position from that of a victim to a survivor, and finally to that of a thriver. And so I'm sitting here in front of you today to tell you that my purpose here on earth is to bridge psychology and spirituality. And this is also the purpose of this YouTube channel and the Spiritual Psychology Foundation. My message is simple. We are a soul and we have a body. Worthiness is our birthright by virtue of us being a soul. And we as a soul have inherent power. And we as a soul will always survive. And I mean that literally. This message is true for each and every one of us, regardless of what color our body is, whether or not we follow a religion or a creed, and also regardless of what narrative we use to identify a self or a soul. Through my own healing experiences, I personally experienced that it was always a combination of spirituality and psychology that formed the core of my healing, my development and my learning, and also the core of my strength. It was never just one or the other. The spiritual and the psychological are intimately connected. They are bound together. Deeply inspired to share this combination with others of psychology and spirituality with people just like yourself, I embarked on 7 years of formal training in psychology, eventually qualifying as a clinical psychologist. And sadly, I clearly and quickly realized that the way psychology was being taught and practiced in the Western world amputated from humanity their most essential ingredient, their soul. Having invested 7 years of my life in the pursuit of learning psychology so that I could remind people of their soul and the power of their soul, I was faced with the reality that not once was the word soul used in the entire 7 years of my formal training. In fact, it was considered taboo. Unable to reconcile this version of psychology with my own experience of the immense power and healing potential of psychology and spirituality combined, and unable to deny my spiritual experience, even for the hard-earned title of psychologist, I was deeply torn. To practice psychology as it was being taught was to deny the truth of my own experience. And to bring spiritual practices into my psychological practice was to risk my legal registration as a psychologist in every single country I worked in the Western world, that is. So I decided to make it my life's work to find a way to bridge the two worlds myself, that of psychology and spirituality. I dedicated the next 22 years of my life to practicing psychology as I had learnt it, while in my own personal time, I was exploring, researching, understanding, and practicing spiritual principles and knowledge to deal with my own challenges. And during that time, I navigated many more challenging life experiences, and it was always the combination of psychology and spirituality that helped me to overcome and to thrive. Being unwavering in my commitment to awaken people to their divinity as a soul, and to bring the power of soul back into the psychological realm in Western society. I have founded the Spiritual Psychology Foundation as a platform to finally launch this work. And I've also started this YouTube channel as a place to have conversations about acknowledging our essence as a soul and how imperative that is in navigating modern living, modern challenges, and modern psychology. The amputation of our soul from Western psychological theory, narrative, and practice is an illusion. Let us pull back the veil and let us call it for what it is. We are a soul. That is our essence. And we have a body, our vehicle that our soul uses for this lifetime. We are a soul and we have a body. Worthiness is our birthright by virtue of being a soul. We as a soul have inherent power, and it is by reclaiming and acknowledging ourselves as a soul that we can tap into and utilize that power in our lives and in our healing. And we as a soul, we always survive. The time is now. For you, for me, for all of us. The time is now. Let us walk this bridge. Let us awaken to who we really are. Feel the power of your birthright. I'm excited, and I hope you are too. Until next time.